Ken Hill coaching, and let's talk passing. Just want to spend a couple minutes talking about some passing, and this is just such a great video for it. I've got two riders, both crazy fast, um, riding the exact same bike, and it's like, how do you get by the other guy, and how do you do it safely, right? We're not racing here, right? This is how do we get by somebody safely, and how do we do it basically with the same horsepower bike, and you're in the same pace. So let's go through this a little bit. I thought this is just a wonderful video for it. So here we go. This is at the Ridge Motorsports Park. Beautiful day, 80 degrees. Just wonderful environment. So here we go. Short video, just only like a half a lap or so. Great. So we come up and we're going to be mainly talking about this rider here. That's trying to pass this rider here. And again, they're both on the same bikes, say approximately about the same lap time. And let's figure it out. So let's start off with, I really like what this rider did, which is, he passed me. I was filming this rider, and there's kind of no real reason to bring the bike over. He could have if he wanted to, but instead he just kept on that straight trajectory. He's got to use a bit more brake pressure going in, great, but he didn't make some big crazy move, right? He just stayed straight. Really nice pass right there. Beautiful job. Good apex. Get to turn here again, get to driving. And now kind of the race is on with the two triumphs. So part of being behind and wanting to make a pass is you have to put yourself in a position to make the pass. And typically that comes, especially with bikes that are the same horsepower, that comes much, much earlier than you think. So it's thinking about, where's the pass going to happen? And one, you've got to be, if you're trying to make a pass in the same corner, man, you got to be right on them. So that's one thing. Two, if you're back behind them a ways, then planning where you're going to be 2 or 3 or 4 corners ahead to make the pass and start setting that up. So you can see here, the rider behind, right? He takes a big wider line, takes a wider line than this rider, right? So we know that there's no pass is really going to happen in here. It almost can't, because he's set up too wide to be able to bring it back and get some time right here. So if he were going to try to make a pass, say up here, he would have to be a lot closer and be able to start the pass. Notice what I said, start the pass much earlier. Yes, he's still 2 or 3 bike lengths away, right? He can't make the pass in that same corner. And then coming down here, again, put yourself in a position to pass. So if you were going to make the pass in turn 6, so we're at the Ridge, and this is turn 5 here at the Ridge. 6 is coming off a little bit of a straightaway, 3rd gear, 4th gear, and that's a big carousel, big passing opportunity in there. Well, if that rider is going to try to make that pass, one, he's got to be a little bit closer to this rider, and he's got to be able to back off a little bit to get a stronger run on him. He is squaring this up a little bit more, right? He's brought the bike out. He's going to try to make this straightaway a little bit longer, but the fact that he's a little bit late getting direction, he's running more lean angle. So it's going to be tough, right? So this is why what I'm saying is we need to be kind of almost pretty close to this rider within a couple of bike lengths, but we need to be in a position to take away lean angle sooner so you can start your exit sooner. That's where the pass comes from on bikes that have similar horsepower differences. All right. So you can see here, yep, he starts to get a run on him. But the other rider's fast, right? And the rider's very, very quick. And he just can't make it happen. And again, just that little extra track that he used on the entry of 5, he didn't put himself in a position to make the pass in 6 with a similar horsepower bike. Yeah, if he's on 1,000, that wouldn't have been a problem, passing, say, a 600. But in this case, 2 equal bikes, you've got to put yourself in that position. Okay, so coming into 6, not really in a position. So the next passing opportunity might be down into 8. And 8 requires some pretty deft timing of how you're going to get in there, which means you've got to be on the right on the rider in 7 and be able to squirt by them down the hill into 7 to use the brakes better for 8. So all that starts back here. So we want to be, so this pass here on the outside, very difficult pass to make, and also adding a ton of risk. This pass can happen when the speed differential is pretty high. Or maybe you're in a racing situation. It's like, you're going to try to throw a little bit of a Hail Mary at it. But a difficult pass to take with somebody that's about the same speed, and you're running a lot more lean angle, right? There's a big speed delta, and you can run around them, great, but very difficult here. And again, can't really make the pass happen. Plus, now we're back too far from 7. So now we're not in a position to make the pass down into 8 because we're offline in 7 a little bit. Yeah, because there is a little bit of a passing opportunity on the brakes here, but that all starts at the exit of 6, get close to 7, and then down low into 8. So again, bikes that are equal makes it tough. So now the rider wants to make the pass, is going to try maybe squaring up 8. But again, there's not much room between the exit at 8 of 9 unless you have a big horsepower difference right there. So making that pass is going to be tough. Again, similar horsepower, very difficult. This rider is doing a great job covering apexes, covering exits, and very hard rider to pass because they've got very good technique, the bike's in the right place. And again, this rider really trying to get by them on a similar horsepower bike. The pass here, again, similar horsepower. What this rider did, if he's on 1,000 versus 600, that would have worked on the exit here because he could have squirted by on horsepower. Now the pass is going to have to be up and turn 11. So we have to think about what's it going to take to be in 11. Well, then I need to be close in 9, I need to be close in 10. And then I need to be able to make a decision whether I'm going to go to the inside or outside in 10. So again, we've got to be close enough to make that happen. Again, now that rider is just off a little bit, pretty close. But again, we want to be in a position to take away lean angle and not add risk, right? So the time that we're wasting here running a little bit of lean angle, we could have been thinking about where do I want to be right on this rider to make that happen and be in a position to be either left or right going into 11. So he says, okay, cool. I'm going to be trying to go around a rider here in 11, very difficult. You're going to have to run a lot more lean angle, a lot more pace. Again, this rider is covering their apexes very well. And so to get by them, again, in my opinion, it's going to have to be trying to outbrake them or out accelerate and then outbrake them. So coming around the outside here is difficult because now my guess is they're going to end up at the same place on the exit. Typically when I see that pass. The pass, in my opinion, here would have been to actually go up the inside here. And that always would have started back here. Yeah, this rider's got enough experience that even being close here, if he would have seen the wheel, he would have given it up. And at that point, that rider is parallel with you, right? They're not coming down on you yet. So there was still time to make that one happen. Now, again, so yeah, this rider decides, okay, I'm going to try to square it up instead of going around the total outside. But realize, okay, going to be really tough on similar horsepower bikes. In my opinion, the pass would have been here, because you can see he actually was able to accelerate a little bit more. And if he could have just stuck the front wheel in here, this rider now can't see this rider. So he doesn't know. So it again has to be a pretty big horsepower difference to make that happen. The pass would have been here where this rider could have gone in and just got his front wheel by this rider. And then that rider would have had basically no choice but to give it up, especially in a track day environment. Again, the pass is up the inside. Let's talk about that, right? The pass is up the inside. So this pass of trying to go around, you have to think about where's the pass going to get executed? So we know that the next corner is a left-hand corner, right? So this corner down here is a left-hand corner. we should assume that this rider is going to use all the track here to open it up. We should know that their trajectory is going to be over here. So trying to pass on the right when we know that this rider is going to come across, very difficult. Instead, it's just like what we played off in turn 11, is the pass is actually up the inside. You can be straighter, the rider will have opportunity to see you. And if you can just stick your front wheel by them before they turn in, then yeah, you're good. So again, similar bikes makes it really difficult on power. So hard to pass there. So honestly, the next passing opportunity is down in the chicane. And where that starts is of getting a better drive here off of 15. So you can see this rider kind of opens it up and starts his drive pretty darn early. Now we're getting somewhere, right? Now we're getting somewhere. And honestly, wonderful pass executed. So it's putting yourself in a position to pass and thinking about where the pass is going to work. I mean, I really like this, right? So what this rider did is realize, okay, my next passing opportunity is going to be in the chicane. That pass starts back there in turn 15, squares it up a little bit more, brings it out, starts his drive early, executes a great pass on a similar horsepower bike. So just a kind of a little bit of a video to show you where some passing opportunities are and how we can make our life honestly a lot easier and safer in this sport. So, all right, there you go.